There you go. So JTSEO's up. He says, "Hi, Marco. I got an email from Big G, Google policy violation warning, saying that a G drive with a 2-year-old RYS is violating policies about malware and destructive code. Warned that if it persists, they may restrict access to it." Have you come across that before? And before you answer the question, I want to read the next part too. The second post. He says, "I have not touched the RYS in weeks. Seems odd. Check that. I was in RYS week a week previous to getting the warning." So is that related to the XML script?
One of the reasons is the XML script. If it's set to work, like there's a setting on it, right? There's a timer where you go every 2 hours, every 4 hours, every 8 hours, whatever. What happens is that I don't know, we should make this public. We rebuild the entire site on that cycle. So you're using up a lot of resources, and some of those will time out. And so what we recommend is now you don't build it every 2, 4, 8 or 8 hours. I mean, actually, you don't need it.
Yeah.
Every 3 days, every 5 days is fine. Every, I don't know, 16, 18 hours. Pick an odd number. Every 19 hours, it gets rid of something so that you're less burdensome to Google than you are now. Because the one thing that they hate is people hogging their resources if you're not paying for those resources. And you will get those warnings, and they will kill your drive stack and your G site if you continue. Now, I don't know what you did, because you're not saying what it is why you went in there and what it is that you did that set Google off, because it hadn't been touched in 2 years and it was working just fine. So I don't know. It's really difficult to answer this, right?
Yeah, and I've had a couple of stacks where when I placed the order, I submitted a bunch of photos, for example, and the builders built using the photos, but then the rebuild script will rebuild all those photos, and that's resource heavy, super resource heavy, apparently. So I've learned to only submit a handful of images with the order because of, something similar. I've not had any warning talking about malware or destructive code that at least I don't remember that specifically mentioned, but I have had the XML scripts time out and shut down on me because of the too many images, which I guess is resource heavy. So, but yeah, that's just, I recommend doing what he just mentioned. Go in and change your rebuild time limit to something much more for that. It doesn't have to be rebuilt every 2 or 4 hours. It won't.